Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you? Welcome to the big show today. It's your buddy Uncle Bruce here with the Bagel Familia. Stock Markets with Bruce. This channel and this host, I have two jobs. I mean, really, I have two jobs. The first job is to try to explain the stock market to all of you in plain English. What the hell is going on and what does it mean? That's number one function. Number two, help you make money in the market by teaching you and guiding you on how to write stock options. And I don't do anything else. I don't talk to you about fancy dancy crypto trading. I don't talk to you about commodity trades. I don't talk to you about how you can run bonds and treasury bills and currencies and commodities. And I don't do any of that crap. I come down to the basics. It's plain English, which means it's simple. And it might be too simple for some of you smarty pantses out there because you're looking for a real intellectual to talk to you. I come down to the basics. How can we help you make money? It's as simple as that. I'm just trying to help you figure out ways to make money. And I view my channel and my existence here to be a success when I help people to the point where they're making money in the market on a consistent basis. And after a few months or a year, they do the calculations and they realize, I make this much money every year working. And my wife, my partner, the household, we make this much money in this house every year. This is how much we get paid to do what we've been doing for work and consulting and whatever our jobs are. But with this guy guiding me and my family, but guiding me to become an option writer, there are viewers who say to me, I made half as much again in the market than we make as a household. And it's only been the first year that I've been here writing options. And then others will say to me, I've been here 2 years doing this. We're equaling our paychecks. My wife and I work and make this much money, and the options writing that you've shown us makes just as much money. We're now double our incomes in less than 2 years. Now, I know this has happened to some of you in 3 months. It varies, okay? There are also those of you who are here who said, Bruce, you're a nice guy and you're just way too conservative. The reality is I'm making triple what I used to make at work. And I used to make $100,000 a year at my job. And I now make $300,000 a year, 25 grand a month writing options. And that job is long gone. I don't need it anymore, never needed it. I didn't need it within 3 to 6 months of joining your channel and figuring out you're just trying to show us basic option writing techniques, and just learning that has completely changed my economics. It's blown the finances out the door in a good way. Well, welcome to the party, pal. That's what I'm here for. That's what I want to be here for. I want to be here for your success, and I want you guys to make nothing but god-awful money. How you do with it, how you deal with it, what you deal with, what you do with it, that's, you got to make those decisions. How you pay your taxes, how you get tax advisory, that's your problem. I'm going to put on the table, I'm going to help you put on your table, I hope, strategies that allow you to make a ton of money. Now, what you do with it is totally up to you, because you do not have to be part of my once a year $10,000 get-together session. You don't have to sign a contract for the rest of your life to where I get a cut of all your action. I'm not managing your money for you. You don't send it to me. You don't send it to some organization that I get a backdoor deal from. You're on your own. And I know many of you like it that way, and that's the way you wanted it. And after you did your due diligence, you found me. I don't know how, but you found me. And you stuck around here for a while, and you watched a few episodes, and more than a few episodes. You're here every day. And then you took the big leap of faith. You bought class number 1. You finally said, all right, yeah, I'll buy class number 1. And you watched it, and I'm not lying. What I told you, what you're going to learn in these classes, you're learning in these classes in a plain English way. you went and watched number 2 and you watched number 3. You listened to me when I said, once you watch the first 2 classes, you're in a position now to already start trading options in a pretend account. And you're going, what the hell is a pretend account? Well, every brokerage firm out there, every online brokerage firm that's out there, they offer these practice accounts that you can start doing stock trading in and option writing in and everything else, for a way for you to adjust to this and understand it and watch it from a closer distance without putting your feet in the fire, as it were. And so these practice accounts have completely changed people's attitudes to the brokerage business, where they're going, well, I can buy and sell stuff in these practice accounts with pretend money, and yet I get to use the tools of the firm, the brokerage firm, live trading with actual real live quotes. This has never been done before. That's right. Up until 4 or 5 years ago, it didn't exist, but in the last year, it has gone sophisticated. And what's coming your way is where firms, brokerage firms, are going to offer you artificial intelligence ways of trading the market. This is coming big time, including option strategies. And on the one hand, it sounds exciting, but on the other hand, it's terrifying. Why is it terrifying? Because if you or someone like you that you don't know falls for the notion that artificial intelligence is going to take care of everything, including how I make money in the market, without understanding how the market works, oh, have we got ourselves caught in something ugly. And I don't know how ugly it can get and when it gets ugly. I don't know why it gets ugly, but I'm worried about computer trading and software AI based whatever getting hacked, and where people's accounts go stupid and all of a sudden trades don't work out. And the innocent victims out there don't understand what's happening to the market because they don't understand what the trades are all about. This is where knowledge is your safety net. This is where, if you understand how options work, how they're made, how they're closed out, how they shrink out, how they go up, how they go down, why they do what they do, who writes them, who doesn't write them, you understand the big picture of the option casino business that I'm getting you into. If you understand the role of the casino, if you understand how they operate as writers, then you'll understand this market in a big way. But I will reiterate here, I am not going to show you how to do really complex multiple trade relationship trades between commodities and currencies and bonds and T-bills and all that. There are people out there who want to do this. It's not going to happen here. They're going to watch me for 5 minutes and go, oh, this guy just talks about basic option strategies. Nah, that's not for me. I gotta find a real intellectual in this area. Oh, God bless you. Go knock yourself out. But for those of you, the 99% of you out there who are saying to yourselves, Uncle Bruce, can you help me make money? Can you help me with my account? Because I have been a god-awful stock picker, and I have had the worst luck in the world with trades. Can you help me turn this around? Because I've given up trying to do it myself, or I've given up with my advisors. I am sick and tired of my last 3 employers that I was with, the 3 companies that I used to work for. Each one of them had me and everyone else at work. We would put money into the retirement plan or to the savings plan or whatever it was called. And the company would match some of it, but under certain conditions, and you had to keep it in there for so many years before you could take it out, and all these restrictions. And at the end of the day, our returns were crap. We had lousy returns. And now, as I think about it, I look over the 10 or 12 or 15 or 20 years of time that I was with one company, another company, and I look at what my money grew into, and then I compare it to what inflation has done from then to now. I'm losing money. My dollars that I put in 20 years ago used to be able to pay for this. Now the dollars I put in only pay for this, and it's less, and it's getting worse. I'm getting hosed. I'm getting creamed here. And the only people who have really done well around me that I've seen, again, I'm not making you look at Elon Musk, who became the richest man in the world. I'm asking you to look around your immediate world that you're part of. Can you pick out anyone in your office, in your organization, company, what have you, that really did well overall? Maybe you don't know them personally, but you are aware of them in the organization, and you're figuring out, oh yeah, Bruce, heck, I remember 12 years ago, I'd been with a company for 5 years, and we got taken over by blah 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 corporation, and the top 1%ers over there did really well, and the rest of us got laid off, got bought out with $5,000. We got kicked out with nothing. Then I remember my brother, my sister, they were with an organization, and it reorganized, and they closed departments down and offshored stuff. That big offshore move we had going on, and they lost their jobs, and or they became redundant. They had to train people that were going to replace them at half the price they were being paid. Remember those days? Uncle Bruce, I remember being taken advantage of time and time again, and I am still a mid-level something with all this experience, with all this loyalty to my company, and I'm still living paycheck to paycheck. And I keep electing people I think will be my saviors, and I never get saved because I'm not the owner of the company. I'm not the owner of myself. I don't even run my own affairs. I trust others to do it for me. And I'm being let down the garden path. And now I'm in my 50s, and I don't have my 30s anymore. I don't have 25 years more of a future with an organization. I've got 10 to 15 years left to get my act together. And I figured out, because of you and the family that you have here, I got to do it myself. I gotta be the one that takes control of my life. Welcome to the party, pal. You found me finally. What can I say? But look, to be fair to you, any of you out there who found me in the last 2-3 years, you couldn't have found me 10 years ago. I wasn't doing this 10 years ago. So for me, this is new. Since 2021, I've been live every day here. And it's only 2024 coming into 2025. So for me, it's new. But for some of you around here, you have found that in a short period of time, like 1 month to 6 months of hanging around this channel, in that limited time frame, you've changed your life completely. You've completely reorganized your finances, and you have started bringing in capital that you never thought you'd bring in. You never thought it was available to you. You never thought it could be done. Because your attitude was, and your thinking was, the only folks that can really make some serious dough in the market are the very, very, very wealthy, who have hedge fund managers handling their affairs that take them to the Kentucky Derby and the Indianapolis 500 and to the Masters in private jets, because they've got 50 million, 100 million, 200 million in the hedge fund. They're being wined and dined by these hedge fund managers. And I'll never be that person. And now here you are, hanging out with this family of folks, learning how to write options and figuring out I can write one contract against 100 shares that I own of a company like GameStop or AI or Sofi or whatever. I can write a cash secured put, a covered call. I can do poor man call covered writing. I can do credit spreads. I didn't know about credit spreads, and anything I ever heard about credit spreads, I thought the guys on CNBC and on Fox Business and on all these other business channels, credit spreads was purely, that world was purely for firms that had massive software computers, massive computers with software to tell them how to trade it, and it was computer trading. I didn't know I, as a person, could do credit spreads, and I didn't realize how easy it was. I had no idea how easy this is. I thought this was really complicated. I thought I needed a master's degree in mathematics, and I needed a master's degree in software development and everything else to be able to even think about this. And here's this guy in an office chair that squeaks all the time, sitting in front of a whiteboard. I mean, how cheap is this set? And this guy is telling me I can make thousands of dollars every month with thousands of dollars that I have. I don't have millions. I don't have hundreds of thousands. I only have thousands of dollars. And this guy's helping me make thousands of dollars with thousands of dollars. changing my demographic very quickly. Welcome, like I say, welcome to the party. It can be done, but knowledge is the key. You have to have the knowledge. I've got experience that I can impart to you from being in the market since 79. I'll give you and I'll regurgitate out everything I can to you, but my days are limited. I'm 69 now. I'm going to be 70 in 2025. I don't know how much longer I have. How much longer will I remember my first name? I don't know. I'm here. I'm loving doing what I'm doing, but I'm telling you, kids, you're on the fast track to figure out what's going on, because I can't give you 20 more years. I physically, mentally probably can't do it. And so it's time to get with the program. And so if you've started taking my classes, you've done a couple of things. The first thing you're doing, you're supporting me. That's the first. I don't sugarcoat this. Okay. If you buy one of my classes for 150 American dollars, you are putting 150 American dollars towards this YouTuber. There's no lying here. There's no trying to hide it. Yeah, I do what I do for my living. I don't trade. I don't buy and sell stock or options because it's a conflict of interest. To me, I would rather be focused on you and your success than be focused half on my account and then I've got to talk to you on the side. I'm not interested in that. I could do that anytime I wanted to if I disclose it and I declare it, but I don't want to do that. I really want to be the guy in front of the camera, engaged with everything that's going on, watching the markets on my phone like this. I got my phone's quotes going here. I got my big ass iPad with quotes going. I got tabs running on my computer, and I'm excited about what's happening in the market because I'm in the market, but I'm in it with you guys. So if you're buying a class from me or two or whatever, you are helping me survive. That is the number one thing. The second way you're helping me survive, you're becoming a Gold Bagel member of this channel. You're saying, you know what, 25 bucks a month to be a member of this guy's channel, chump change for what I'm getting back. I'm doing it. I know 30% of that $25 goes to YouTube. There's a reason I'm on the air with YouTube. Why does YouTube tolerate this channel? There's only 230 people watching right now. Why does YouTube give a crap about this 238 live watchers of this guy in his apartment in front of a computer? Well, because they get 30% of this, and they get 30% of my Chillin' membership level. They get 30% of any donation you're making on a super chat to me. That's how YouTube makes their money here. They're living off of me because you're helping me live as well. But if you're making a donation to me through PayPal, they don't get any of that. That unfortunately doesn't go to them. That goes to moi. And I thank you for that. And if you're going to join Jennifer and I Saturday, day after tomorrow, for class number 18, you're sending $150 to this PayPal address right here. And you're sending me a private email right here. And you're letting me know, Uncle Bruce, I've sent you $150 US. I am in for lesson number 18 at 2 o'clock Saturday Eastern Time, 2 o'clock Eastern Time Saturday. And I know that when the class is done, you're sending off the live version to your editor, and it's going to be brought down to an edited version. And you're sending me that when it's done. Here's $150. Thank you very much. May I have another? We're going to talk to you about how to maximize your profits writing options. And this last week, if you didn't know how to write options in the last week, that you weren't here, how many thousands did it cost you if you weren't here for the last week? If you've been here for the last 3 months and you've been taking my classes and you've gone as so far as to say, not only am I taking your classes, I'm going to have a one-on-one session with you because I need to talk to you for an hour and a half about the family situation that we're in here. I need you privately to help you consult myself, my better half, my mom and my dad, whatever. I mean, sometimes I talk to 2 people at a time. Sometimes it's singles. I need help, and I need it on a personal basis. If you've gone that far in the last 3 months, 6 months, You've made a killing in the last 2 weeks, the last 3 weeks, the last 2 months. You've made a lot of money here. And there are people here who have made a lot of money who are making no bones about it. They brag about it. They are happy to tell you that we're here. Yes, sir. I made a bunch of dough in the last couple of weeks. And this Trump bump we got, and now the post-Trump bump, whatever this is about, option writers are the ones who are going to be the winners. Gamblers they're going to be winners, and there's going to be losers on stock pickers. You're going to notice certain stocks you thought were going to keep going up are not going up. They're going down. Certain stocks you thought would go down are going up. Other stocks you thought would do one of two things aren't doing anything. Option writers around here are going, it doesn't matter to me which direction the market goes. I make money any direction anyway, because I took his classes and I'm doing a one-on-one with this guy, and I am confident in my zone here, and I am now hauling in the bucks. And too bad for those who don't know what the hell they're doing. Everyone has a shot at bettering themselves if they step up and take a swing. But it kind of helps if you know how to hit a curveball versus a slider. It kind of helps if you practice and you study the craft in which you're trying to get into. So if you want to become an option writer and make some decent bucks, maybe it would help you to understand how options work and what the psychology of the market is, and understand who are you taking money from. Many of my viewers keep forgetting that they're taking money from people who think the opposite of what you're thinking. They don't believe you. If you are sitting in a bar having a chat with the opposition person that is buying the contract you're writing, the one that you're selling, there's the buyer. That person bought your 10 calls or did that put credit spread. There's one there and there's one there. This person was on one side of your trade and that person was on the other, and they both think you're an idiot. You're wrong. You have to understand why are they thinking this way? What are they looking for that's going to make them money that will cost you money? Because you have your thinking as to why am I doing this put credit spread or call credit spread or this iron condor? Why am I doing poor man covered calls? Why am I doing cash secured puts? I have my reasons, and I know what I'm doing, and I've got the percentages on my side. I'm the casino. This is what I have taught you. You figured it out. You're the casino offering slot machines called options that you're letting people play with. And on any slot machine, you have to put the money in first if you want to play it. And that's why when you write a contract, you get the money. In effect, the minute you write an option, the minute you create a credit spread, the minute you're doing your transaction, you have been paid the maximum amount of money you're going to make on that move right up front. It's right in your hand. It's in your account. And now you're folding your arms going, how much of this money do I keep? How much do I give back? Because anyone out there who goes to a casino in Vegas or anywhere else, you sit down at a nickel slot machine with all the bells and the whistles and the seat that vibrates and everything. You put your $100 bill in there and you've got your credits sitting there, 2,000 credits at a nickel or whatever you got. You can play the machine for 2 or 3 hands and there's still $93 left in it. You can cash out and walk away with your $93. Option gamblers are in and out all the time. You as an option writer are a far less frequency trader. You're a killer. You're an assassin. You are watching this $100 bill, $1,000 bill, $10,000 bill, how much you're bringing in from writing options. You're watching this value shrink. And as it shrinks, there is credit on your side of the ledger and credit to the gambler side of the ledger. And your strategy is simple. Shrinkage. You're looking for their numbers, their dollars to shrink out. And those original dollars, they're in your account. And you might be that very generous casino that buys back an option position that you hauled in $5,000 when you wrote them, and you're buying them back for $838. And someone out there is getting the $838 that you're putting back to close the position out on your end. And you're moving on to another contract to now bring in another $5,000. You've moved on to the next level. You're now offering a new slot machine that you're introducing to the floor of the casino. You can play this one. Put $5,000 in this one and you can play these contracts. That is what you're becoming here if you're part of this family. But you got to understand how it works. And again, those of you who've been able to figure it out without taking classes, way to go. Those of you who only figured it out after taking classes, you're normal. And those of you who continue to absorb information at all times and are looking me up for one-on-ones on a consistent basis, you're the ones making the most money. That's bottom line. The folks who have had the most one-on-ones with me are the most successful viewers of this channel. And there's a simple reason for that. It's self-evident. You're hanging out with the professor one-on-one, and the professor and you are only concentrating on your account. You've got my undivided attention to help you get richer. Of course, it's going to mean more to you. For those of you out there who just cannot justify in any way, shape, or form, even taking a class with a $150 price tag on it, then it is what it is. And your results are whatever they are. And if they're great results, congratulations. If they're mediocre, could they have been better? And if they're lousy, could you had at least mediocre results? Sometimes it's one lesson and you're on your way. Sometimes it's all 17, and then you rewatch a number of these, and it takes 3 months, 6 months, where one day, one moment in time, and it could be on a Sunday night while you're watching Sunday night's football game or whatever you're doing, something pops into your head that goes, oh, I just figured something out with all those classes I've been watching, and Uncle Bruce and all those people. Oh my God, the epiphany. It hits. Sometimes hits in 30 seconds. Sometimes it takes an hour. Sometimes it takes a week. Sometimes it takes a month, a year. It depends. It all depends on you and what's around your world, what's in your orbit. I'm not in there. I'm only here in this world. And if you become part of it and it works for you, I've done my job. And away we go. Welcome, everybody. 1356, I think, is where Sofi is right now. 1356, 657. 1918 is where Rocket Lab is at the moment. We're about, how far are we from opening on the day here? Let's take a look. I'm not even sure. Yeah, half an hour away from opening. So welcome one and all to the program, to the party. We're up 7 on SoFi. We're up 35 Rocket Lab. We're up 24 on GameStop, 2670. I read last night that GameStop has a new shareholder that is the largest shareholder of GameStop. Does that make sense? The largest shareholder of GameStop up until a little while ago was Ryan Cohen, the CEO, chairman of the board, the guy that bought up the stock before the split way back in probably September, October, November of 2020. And by 2021 January, ended up with almost 14% of the stock. And because he bought as much stock as he did, he contributed to the short squeeze, because he took 13-14% of all the stock out there, of which most of the stock at the time was free trading. Maybe 54 million was free trading when he was buying it. And he took 14% of all the stock off the street, which probably represented 20% of the free trading stock, and bought it and sat on it, which created only 80% of the stock left to be able to trade. And with the short position that GameStop had, and with the realization of the market figuring it out that, oh my God, this thing is ridiculous, it took off. Well, there's a new shareholder that owns more than Ryan Cohen. It's Vanguard Investments, which is a holding company for a ton of ETFs and other investment entities, index funds, and so on. Collectively, they own more, or control and have in their hands more shares of GameStop than Ryan Cohen does. Now, does this change the management structure of the company? No. Does this mean he's out and someone else is in? Not necessarily. However, if a third party were to come in and start buying up GameStop stock, an activist investor, I don't know, some hedge fund, started buying up GameStop stock, ended up with 15% of the company, 10%, 15%, more than Vanguard, more than Ryan Cohen, more than any other shareholders. If they end up with 15% and made it be known that they wanted to shake things up and be more transparent with what they're doing, they wanted to take this $4.5 billion and make a lot more money than 4% interest a year, and on and on and on and on. Maybe the new activist investor is coming in going, we're going to transform GameStop away from brick and mortar GameStop. We're going to sell the brick and mortar stores, and the GameStop holding company that has all this cash is now going to become this. I don't know what this is. They might get the votes from Vanguard. Vanguard has more shares than Cohen does. Now, Cohen might say, oh, no, our way is the better way. Total secrecy, not revealing anything we're going to do. This is the way. And the new group comes in and says, the way forward is transparency. We're going to tell the shareholders what we're doing and what we're going to do and why we're going to do it. We're not going to hide behind our corporate rooms. And when we have our quarterly financial results, we're going to open the floor to questions from stock analysts. We're going to answer any question you want to give me, just like Anthony Noto does on SoFi and like other companies, like Tim Cook at Apple, for example. They answer questions. Maybe Vanguard and maybe all these other institutional entities will go to their clientele and say, we're supporting the new guys. We think they're on the right track. 51% of the votes, 50.001% of the votes are all you need to kick Cohen out and put in your guy. If you already have 15% of the vote, and now you've got Vanguard at 8-9%, and a couple of other institutional investors collectively at 15% more, you're already at 45%. Like, you're quickly moving into 50.1 or 0.1. The takeover is going to happen. Now, this will not happen with GameStop at $26 a share, 26. This would not happen here. This would happen at a much, much higher price than $26. Because remember, whoever is in control of GameStop, whoever ends up controlling GameStop and owns, gets 50.01%, well, they will now control the $4.5 billion and the 4,000 whatever retail stores and the future of the corporation. And so that's a pretty big price to be in charge of for many people. And I don't know, is GameStop going to become a software company? I don't know. They sell off the brick and mortar, and let's say they bring in $1 billion for that. I don't know. They got $5.5 billion in cash now. There's a lot you can do with $5.5 billion in a publicly traded company. I mean, you can get involved in 10 companies at $500 million apiece. You can do that. That's a holding company. That's an investment company. I've been waiting for Cohen to do that. I don't know if he's doing it. Do you? Anyway, there's the news on GameStop. This little thing came out last night. This little tiny announcement, which is a nothing announcement, but there is so much behind that announcement. Again, this is my, 45 years of experience coming back to you. Just saying, hey, public companies are run by management. Not many management positions, not many management teams own 50% of the vote of a public company. Very few. It's a minority. It's like 2%, 3%. It's almost nothing. Ryan Cohen is in the same boat. He has allowed his ownerships of the company to go from 14% down to 8 something. He's not even a 10% shareholder of the company anymore. And so you got to ask yourself, what's his motivation? What's the plan? He apparently doesn't take a salary, so I'll give him kudos for that. He doesn't get paid fees and all that. So his win is the stock. Fair enough. But is he winning at $26 a share? I know that you multiply that number by 4 before the split, and what do you got? You got $104 stock. So yeah, that's a win. He got involved at what the hell he got involved at? $2, $4, $8, $10, $16, and it's a 104 stock. So he personally is up a lot of money in value. but the shares have been much higher than this, and the corporation is just sitting on a mountain of money and shrinking their stores. Now, we know that occasionally we hear something like they're getting into collectibles, they're getting into sports card or collector card grading services, and they're trying to do something, but none of this is capturing the heart of Wall Street and the imagination of investors. And $4.5 billion in cash is just sitting there, as far as we know. It's just sitting there. I think we deserve to know something, but he doesn't do interviews. I mean, so I don't know. He's reclusive, no doubt about that, and I respect that. Okay, you want to be recluse, but maybe you need a front man. Maybe you need a promoter. You need someone to. Maybe you should hire someone to run that company. I don't know. At least Steve Jobs, as private as he was on one side of his life and public as he was as the Apple guy, he would have annual show and tells at Apple to talk about what's happening at our corporation. Now, I'm not comparing Apple's product line to GameStop, but there's a guy who was out front, and he didn't own half the company of Apple. He had 5% of the company, 4%, 7%. And yet, he was out there on TV. I mean, Anyway, there you go. There's that. Thanks for sticking around, everybody. We got a lot to cover here. So, Rocket Lab, 1905. Okay. What can Rocket Lab do today? It hit $22 yesterday. I mean, Jesus, give me a break. That was unbelievable. Maybe too far, too fast. Did any of you successfully write any contracts up there? Like calls? Did any of you buy back cash secured puts that crapped out? I don't know. And now we're at 1905. Is it now time to write calls and cash secured puts? Yes, it is. It always is. But you have to decide for yourself which way you want to go here. SoFi, 13.58. We're a buck away, about $1 away from a key level that could absolutely explode this stock into the 20s. 14.54. We've talked about it many a time. We'll see how this plays out. GameStop up 39 cents. Matterport, the takeover is going to happen between now and the end of the year. They say 550 takeout, half in cash, half in stock. We're waiting for that to close. 23andMe, nothing new today, but lots lately. $4.27 a share. Spire up 82 cents this morning, $14.27. Trying to get back to that 15 level we had yesterday morning. ATIP, nothing going on, $2.24. SmartRent, nothing this morning, $1.48 last night. Still nothing new yet. There's developments in the corporate world there, and there's all kinds of drama in the boardroom. Oh, there's drama there, but nothing is being discussed publicly. We'll see. On the Magnificent Seven, Apple's is down 43, Tesla's down 350, Microsoft down $1, Alphabet down 49 cents, Amazon is up 57, and Nvidia's up 91, and Meta is down 267. 2 are up, 5 are down on the Magnificent Seven, and next week, 6 days from now, Nvidia will release the results. And I can tell you, next Monday and Tuesday, people are holding their breath, and there will be a million questions. Well, do you think the stock's going to go up or down after earnings? By how much? Get ready to rumble. Goldman Sachs, big winner under the Trump moves that have happened so far, up 377 a share to 598. Cisco's up 3 cents. Arc Innovation's up 4. Pfizer's up 6. HPQ down a dime. Unity up 4 cents. AI up 8 cents. Adobe down 147. Netflix unchanged. IBM down 17 cents. Vanik Semiconductor ETF, SMH, up 237 to 250 a share. Home Depot is up 31 cents. Enphase is up 61. Palantir up 51, and Uber up 33. So generally speaking, it's a positive start, except that 5 of 7 Magnificent Sevens are lower, but only fractionally, very slight. So the market could have an update today. There is certainly not a massive sell wall dying to get out. That I don't see. Okay. The Dow is up about 70 points in the pre-market. S&P down 3.5. Nasdaq down 33. These are percentages that are less than 1/5 of a percentage point. Crude oil up 75 cents, and this morning the International Oil Monitoring Agency, I think they're based in Paris, talking about daily uh, oil requirements for the planet going forward this next year and so on. Bad news for oil. Bad news. There's a glut of oil, much more oil being produced than necessary. The OPEC countries are in trouble. They have to reduce, they actually have to cut their production, maybe by 20% to hang on to $70 a barrel. And even then, that won't do it, because the reality is that crude oil consumption is falling off the table. It's becoming very evident in the big picture. Maybe not in your hometown or your state, even your country, but on a global basis, oil consumption is dropping dramatically. And you can trace it to a couple of factors. Slowing economy, of course, for China, slowing economy for European countries. Russia's economy is a basket case. But the other thing is, and this is the wild card, that no matter where in the world you are, whether you're in a third world, decrepit, government dominated by a dictator country where there's nothing but famine and sorrow and everything else, even countries like that, all the way up to the first world, solar panels are showing up everywhere. Because it's now to the point where you can buy solar panels anywhere on the planet for 70% less than 5 years ago. They're now so cheap that solar panels are available in the third world in small villages. And all you got to do is prop the thing up on a roof or beside your house where the shade don't shine, where there is no shade. As long as you're aiming this thing at the sun, you're going to generate 100 to 500 watts of power from each panel. If you're in the third world, you live in a village, and you need enough power for a radio, you need enough power for a water pump, you need enough water for light bulbs at night, keep a fridge running, the odd appliance. What do you need? You 2 or 3 solar panels is all you need, and a typical small house will have room for 3 panels. You need to run them into a battery storage system that can be a car battery, it could be lithium, it could be anything from ground zero right to the most sophisticated thing. An entire solar system for a single house has come down in cost by 70-80% in the last 5 years, everywhere. Now, in America and in Canada and in other sophisticated first world countries, the local power company owned by your friend, the Oracle of Omaha, Mr. Warren Buffett, and other billionaire investors, they control a lot of the grid, the power grid in America. And these guys have come up with crafty ways to back politicians and regulators to be appointed into supervisory positions on your power grid, to the point where it is illegal and against the law for you to have a house with solar panels on it and to cut yourself off from the grid. It's illegal. You will pay a fine of so much a month to not take their power. Those laws are out there and are still spreading. We're in the third world where there's no rules. The only rule is the rule of the gun. There are all kinds of people out there, from very poor and up, who are putting out solar panels to take the free energy from this star that we seem to be revolving around and turn it into electricity for a lot of needs. And they do not need electric generators using gas or gas and oil to power up a generator to run the refrigerator and light bulbs in the middle of the night. It's all done silently off of battery systems. And all the villages and cities and towns and megalopolises places around the world, in the third world, the second world, and the edge of the first world, and the first world, are all figuring out solar power. You don't have any. Nuclear waste to deal with. Solar power is silent. It doesn't make any noise. Solar power, you don't need smokestacks to burn off anything. No scrubbers, none of these pollution control equipments. Solar power is just there. It's just there. And even on cloudy days, it works. Even on rainy days, it actually works. Yeah, mind blower. The first time I saw solar power was from space, when I used to see NASA sending probes to land on the moon before man landed on the moon. And these Pioneer things would land on the surface of the moon, and they would have these solar panels stuck out, and they would have this arm, a claw that would grab some moon dirt and try to analyze it there, take a few photos, and then it would shut down. Solar panel. Those were the basics of the basic. Those are the first solar panels. Then the solar panels were on the spaceships that were traveling, on satellites that are out there. The Hubble telescope has a huge array, or had a huge array of solar panels. That's where I saw it. That's probably where you saw it. Now, solar panels? How common are solar panels? To the point where we're going to see them on top of every grocery store, on top of every warehouse, everyone's garage, everyone's house, all retail businesses, farmers' fields, beside highways, places you cannot imagine. There will be solar panels all over the place, silently being shone on by this star, and will turn it into electricity. The oil consumption of this planet is plummeting now. It is beginning to show up it was micro examples, now it's macro examples. And this is the new wave. Now, oil is not just to power cars and trucks. Get that out of your head. Oil is to create pharmaceuticals, fertilizer, wiring, like plastic on wiring, the outside of this telephone to protect it. Oil is involved in 100 different applications. We'll always need it, but we don't need 103 million barrels a day. We might be down to 50 million barrels a day of actual world need for crude. Wow, that's a change. That's unbelievable. Wind farms and solar farms, and yeah, some nuclear here and there, and hydro, of course. Go to Switzerland. You want to see hydro? It's everywhere. Yeah, electricity, how we make it and how we create it and how we store it and how we utilize it and where we utilize it. Yeah, the world is changing. But in 50 years from now, the planet will look similar, but will be a lot different. But then again, if you arrived here if you got into a car with a flux capacitor and you went back 50 years, right now to 1974, you land in your hometown in 1974 and you walk around, you go, I recognize this. This looks like my hometown. But you'll also go, oh my God, I haven't seen this. They're using stuff today in 1974 that was around in the 40s and the 50s. I can't believe how rudimentary we were back then. And 50 years before that, in 1924, if you landed in your hometown or home city, you'd recognize certain things, but you'd also go, oh my God, these folks think they're so sophisticated. They think they're so technologically advanced in 1924. Because from 1874 to 1924, what a change. But in 20 years from now, there'll be the Second World War. The changes that happened between 24 and 1944, wow. And then by 1964, oh my God. Yeah, well, 50 years from now, 2074, you want to go in a flux capacitor, operate a vehicle, and go 50 years in the future to your hometown, you're going to feel kind of comfortable. Oh, yeah, this is my hometown. Yeah, these skyscrapers were here when I was around because, skyscrapers last more than 50 years. But, oh, there's a lot of things different here. Welcome to the party, pal. The human race doesn't stand still. Never does. Okay, option writers, you got to get Richard. Oh, we're opening in 7 minutes. Hey, Richard Carlin, good morning. Margin call, thank you. Deep value, Charlie C2. Margin call, Andre, thank you, my friend. How do I join the early show at 8 o'clock? If you're a Gold Bagel member, you should be getting alerts. If you're not getting alerts, you've got to be checking your YouTube settings. And you've got to check your computer settings to make sure that the notifications from YouTube are coming to you and are not considered junk mail. That might be the issue. Double check that. I am a member. ER is here. Sharon is here. Eddie's here. Robert's here. James the Misty Tree. Corinne. R4. They're all here. Christina. Sharon. Hector. Mandu. They're all here. Tom. I'm late. What did I miss? Giddy up. John, I made money yesterday, sold them all. John B, my 15-year-old is obsessed with option writing in a pretend account. He's made $1,000 in 2 months. I'm so proud of him as a dad. I wish I knew about this at 15 instead of 40. Isn't that something? Isn't that great? I know a number of you have got kids who are, certain age and up, who really get into this and go, wow. And what you can do for your kids is give them a practice account and just say, make a deal with them. Make a deal with them. Get them engaged where you say, you operate a practice account. I'm going to give you 10 grand to work with. And you follow Uncle Bruce and you write options. And for every month that you make money, I will give you X amount of dough, $50 or whatever. We'll go to this place, your favorite place. We'll do this. We'll do that. You make money for a full year. You get that. You figure out the incentive. Work it out. You work it out. But I know a number of you have told me this, that, my kids are really into this. It's unbelievable. And they're good at it. They're pretty good writers. DC is in the house. Number 53. Lisa Spire given $16 to $20 price targets. Bryson, hi, Uncle Bruce. Good morning, everybody. Aurora's here. Bobby, Andre, pre-alert show is found on his YouTube page in a separate video each day. Bobby, good morning. Uncle B, DH Ruda. Uncle Bruce, I have a friend in finance that understands covered calls, and that's it. He doesn't understand cash secured puts, credit spreads, poor man covered calls. He only understands covered calls. And yet you can make a fortune just on covered call trading. It's true. Alberto is in the house. Good morning, Bagel Familia. We can now begin the show. Welcome. Wifey, love it. Johnny, GameStop technical analysis looks so bullish. A manager is here. Alberto. Hey, manager, what's going on? Hector, Uncle Bruce, what amount do you want in Canadian funds for class number 19, number 18? Do the conversion. Find out the official exchange rate and multiply it out. I think it's 200 and something now, 205 or something. I don't know the number. If you're in Canada, you can send funds to me. What's called by electronic transfer. So you can do that. But you're going to need to go to the official exchange rate on Google, and then just multiply 150 American into Canadian, and then send me that. Okay. Alberto, Hector, PayPal converts it automatically if you're going to use that. Luca, ciao, everybody. Good morning. Alberto, Luca, what's going on? Deep Value Manager, how's your SoFi doing? Walter Young, good morning, Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen and Bagel Familia. Thumbs up, number 84. Thank you for these thumbs ups, everybody. We open in 3 minutes. Andre, thanks, sir, Bobby. The man, FYI, my thumbs up meter only says 15, even though people are saying it's 22. I just want to make sure your thumbs up get counted correctly for your algos. You might need to refresh your page, because I know on my page, I always show a thumbs up number of the last time I looked at it. Like right now, my page that I haven't looked at since I started yapping at you, 25 thumbs ups, but my question of the day has 193 votes. So if I now go to the refresh page, it'll still be 193 results on the poll question, which is climbing. But my thumbs up's now 136. So you can see my meter does not automatically upgrade. But there are 312 of you watching, and I only have 136 thumbs up. So I know what that means. And so do you. If you are one of the 312 people here, and you haven't even bothered to give us a thumbs up for all the begging I do all the time, you're a slacker. And Strickland is monitoring the halls, and you're going to get a pink slip. That's just all there is to it. The man, so does SoFi have an automatic exercise trigger at 1454? No, it does not. We'll deal with that later. SoFi will go down heavy today, says John Biscuit. Bobby, a 5-year expire date. Bobby, 2019, I think, is how long they've got. Lisa, Vanguard, and BlackRock institutional buyers of GameStop. A deep value, Hector, 199.46 Canadian dollars is what deep value thinks it is. Lisa, is Vanguard buying these shares simply to lend them out to shorters? Luca, Alberto, Armando, Adam is here over on Tasty. They were just saying that this is various funds, etc., rather than Vanguard themselves. It would explain the increase. Sam, you are all getting scammed. This guy is a bum. You're scamming. He's scamming you. Don't listen to Uncle Bruce. He's the worst thing in the world. There you go. The man, hey, Lisa, most likely. That's downside to institutions owning a lot of stocks. They bail out their shorters. The man, Sam, Uncle Bruce, thanks to you for the comments to help the algorithm. Amy J, number 98, good morning. Lucas, Sam, hey, what's up? The man, GameStop offers a dividend of somewhat of interest earned. The stock will be put up so fast. Again, I know what's going on there. Stephen Butler, number 102, good morning. Dude is here, good morning. Bryson, I wrote $24 cover calls. One was at 22. Ricardo, Sam has it all figured out. John, why will the stock explode when it hits 1454? Why? Well, John, you're not paying attention. I guess you're just not here enough to hear what we've been talking about. But anyway, welcome. JD, Uncle Bruce, yesterday I wrote 2 covered calls on Rocket Lab strike. $35 for December 25 for $450. How did I do? That is awesome. That is absolutely incredible. It's a beautiful trade. $900 for way out of the money contracts. Good job. Really good job. We're opening now. We're trading now. Giddy up. Dude, next week we get earnings on NVIDIA. JD, this is the first time I ever wrote covered calls. Welcome to this party. You're going to have fun with this. Jeff, Rocket Lab moved so fast that I couldn't even buy back my puts. They immediately went to zero. 1 penny. The man, John, they basically pay off debt with the shares. What else? Jeff, but was able to sell my call contracts for a big profit right at the high. Well done, Jeff. And what else is going on? Susan thinks that the problem we have here with solar panels is that the network is overloaded. Interesting. Mr. Premium with the option. Happy Thursday, everybody. Time to fill our pockets. Burrow King Sound, good morning. Number 117. Yimmer, ours work with snow covering them too, by the way. They still work with snow on them. Solar panels, incredible. Mine are so good, they work at night. Touch, parking lots, right. Where's Trump going to sell all his oil at? The man, I would be careful with using farmers' fields for solar farms. That takes away from food-producing land, which will increase food prices. Believe me, trust me, farmers do not take top-quality farmland and cover it with solar panels. They take garbage land and cover it with solar panels. The land they can't farm anything on. Sometimes hills and too steep and craggy, they cover it with solar panels, angle them for the sun. Trust me, they know what they're doing. Farmers are smart. Lorraine, number 121. Who else is here? DC, I want to take my flux capacitor, travel back to 1986, take the 20,000 I have and buy nothing but Apple shares. Zach, number 125, good morning. Let's go. Luca, good point. The man, growing food in the U.S. is your last worry. You guys generate too much food in waste. You could feed Africa with what you throw away. It's unbelievable. Anyway, Luca says, or the man says to Luca, there's farm fields in more than just the U.S. too. That's true. Anyway, Luca says, smaller portions for God's sakes. You guys are too fat. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Good morning. Larry Titus, number 131. Thank you. Kenji, CKT, thank you for being here. Larry, thanks for hitting the bells. You always hit the bells for us. Charlie, let's go. Richard, Charlie, Luca. And yesterday I sold $25 Rocket Lab cover call expiring December. I received 207. Thank you very much for the way out of the money contract. Well done. Job well done, everyone. Congratulations, all of you out there, option writers. Love that you're here, and I love to see you folks making money. 1355 on SoFi. We're up a nickel. Seem to be up 95 on the Dow right now. There we go. We're up 5 on S&P. We're up 16 on NASDAQ. Oil is up 92 cents. Tesla down 444. Costco down 780. Coinbase up $4, down at 289. SoFi is up 4. Rocket Lab up 7. GameStop up 92 cents at the moment. Welcome all to the program, the party. Nice to have you with us. Again, I so appreciate all of you who have been part of this channel for quite some time, or you just joined us in the last little while. Very much appreciate you all being here. Thank you all very, very, very much. We've just gone to member-only commentary. Please become a member of this channel. If you were a Gold Bagel member yesterday, you would have joined us for our primetime live show last night. 7 o'clock Eastern, just for Gold Bagel members. We, of course, every morning at 8 o'clock, I go live with a pre-market show, pre-alert show for just Gold Bagel members, and it pays to be a member. Thank you all so very much for being here. Psycho Tropics, good morning. Luca wrote a put on Rocket Lab, Jan 26, strike 27 for $12. Nice going. Nice going. Take the money, baby. Flint Creek, get that dinero. Burrow King, good morning, class. Good morning, everybody. Luca, that's $1,200 in your pocket, and that's where it deserves to be. Nice job, buddy. Well done indeed. Giddy up, kids. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the morning. We have a producer price index showing a rise in wholesale prices that just went through. Let's see if we got any other announcements anywhere. I'm just trying to follow the latest news out there. And quotes, jobless claims fall apparently to the lowest level since May. That's good stuff. Let's see. As a rate cut is still on the table, they say, the so-called gamblers and pros in the bond market still guessing. Rocket Lab is $18.50 right now, down about 33 cents or something. I'm not sure if that's exactly accurate. Now down 42 cents. SoFi is up 9. GameStop up $1.03 to $27.49. Matterport, nothing going on. 23andMe down 2 cents. Spire is up 1.93 to 15.38 on Spire. ATIP down 18. Smart Rent down 2. Apple is up 93 cents. Tesla down 70. Microsoft up 179. Alphabet down $1. Amazon up 144. Nvidia up 72, and Meta down 349. So on the Magnificent Seven, 4 gainers. Apple is gaining, Microsoft is up, Amazon and Nvidia, and the Meta, Alphabet, and Tesla are lower. But Tesla's down just 40 cents, 40 cents. So quiet start to the session. Welcome everyone to the program. Welcome to the party. Glad to have you with us, and I am hoping and I fully expect to hear from you. Not surprised to see some of you are hauling in some serious money, some serious dough from some nice option rights, and I love this. Oh, it's a wonderful thing. Giddy up, kids. Get richer, and let's get with it. The party has just begun, and thank you all for joining in. Get that dinero, says Flint Creek. Hostergaard, I decided to dip my toes in covered calls yesterday as I wanted to get in on the Rocket Lab festivities, but I wasn't sure how long they would last. Interesting. And, well, you know, if you wrote calls yesterday, you got to be happy today because the stock is lower. BTISL GameStop is up 4.5%, Bruce. Hostergaard bought 100 shares at 20.70. Then I wrote a covered call at 20. Got an $8 premium for January. I'm not sure if I did this right, but I think I did. Oh, yes, you did. You did very well. You put up $2,070, and you brought in $800 for January. 2 months. That's a nice return, almost 40% return on your cost. And you can buy that call back when you wish to, anytime. So you're not locked in, and let it fall in price. Hey, if the stock wants to back up a little bit here, 1844, it's already down $1.30 or so from where you got in at. So the contract is giving up ground. It's out of the money. in effect, your contract is worthless. It has no book value, only time value. And of course, time every day is going by. A week or two from now, if we're sitting at 18 to 20 bucks a share, that contract will be $4. And 1 or 2 weeks later, if we're still in this neighborhood, that contract will be maybe $3. And if we're sitting at $17, $18, let's just say we go down to that, that contract will be $1.50. You'll buy it back, and then you can write an $18 contract for next March, April, and you'll bring in $5, $6, $7, $8 for that contract, and you'll be sitting here going, wait a minute, I made what? I made $6 on my first move, and I'm going to make another $5 on the next move. That's $11 a share I've been given. That brings my cost down to $9 a share. That's what I'm into this thing for. Yeah, that's called making money in this market. Now, if the stock wants to go up, hey, it goes to $25 in early January, just before your option expires. The stock goes to 25. Well, number one, you're up $4.30 on the stock you bought, number one. Number two, at $25 a share, your contract is worth $5. That's the book value of your contract. Time will have shrunk out because it's January. It dies in January. So down goes the shrinkage on this contract. You can buy the contract back for $5.50 and then sell another one for several months later for maybe right at 25 at that point. $6, $7, $8 for that one. Thank you very much. Jan 26. Okay, it's not 2 months. It's a year and 2 months. You still did it right. You still did it right, because the contract will slip in value if the stock doesn't go to $20, $25 a share in a hurry. This contract is overpriced. You did well. Nicely done. And guess where all the money is? You put $2,000 into the market and got $800 back. You've got the $800. You have it. And that's where it belongs. And now you're going to do this and go, okay, let's see what happens here, Uncle Bruce. Stock's $18.39. Contract is at 20. It has no value but book value. Let's see what gives. The stock goes to $17.39. I bet you that contract will be under 7. It'll be down into the 6s. You'll be there going, geez, I'm already up $1.50 on this thing. That's 20% return on my thing. Not bad. You'll watch that. Sounds good. I was thinking $8 was a lot, like profit, even if it falls to 13. I can just leave it as it is. If it goes to 28, hey, come and get them. Yeah. If they take you out at 20, you just got $28 a share for your stock. That's right. That's right. You're figuring it out. As a matter of fact, you want to be exercised the minute the stock goes to 21. You want someone to buy your stock off of you at $20 as soon as it goes to $21, because you get to keep the $8. And in fact, you just sold your stock at 28 and it's trading at 21. Guess what you're going to do? You're going to buy 100 shares at $21 and write another contract, maybe the 20 or a 22 or a 25 for January 26th. Again, yes, you are. Welcome to the party, my friend. This is called the Making Money Party. We're not the Democrats. We're not the Republicans. We're making money here. Congratulations. Now, just think about if you did this with 1,000 shares, you would have brought in $8,000. You did this with 5,000 shares. You just brought in $40,000 of gamblers' money. There's no limit to this. There's no limit to what this can be. Kind of fun, huh? I like this game. I really like this game. I hope you folks like this game. This is kind of a fun kind of game we got going on here. Welcome to the show, everyone. Welcome to the Thursday, November the 14th edition of Stock Markets with Bruce, where we try to talk about the market in plain English. Try to find ways to get richer in this market. Congratulations, those of you who have figured it out with option writing. They're handing it to you, and you cannot refuse these free handouts. It's unbelievable how much they're giving away in the option pit. As casinos, you've got to be You've got to become casinos. This is the bottom line. You've got to become casinos and take gobs of ridiculous money from these people. 162 of you have found your way to the thumbs up meter. I thank you very much for that. 38 away from 200. Thanks a lot. And on today's poll question, 215 have responded. And the question of the day is, I started writing stock options because of this channel in 2021, 34%. 2022, 12% of you started writing options in 2022. 2023, 15% of you guys started writing in 2023. And this year, 2024, in the last 11 months, 39% have joined this channel and started writing options in 2024 because of this channel. Thank you all for letting me know this news. I love to hear this and see this. Thank you all so very much. And thank you for the hearts and the smileys and thumbs ups and everything else that you give us. Thank you all for being subscribers, being members, class takers, everything across the board. It's our pleasure, Jen and I, it's our pleasure to help you get richer. And Kent, how you doing there, Uncle Bruce? We're going to be in your neighborhood. We're moving into Rancho Mirage, Jan 1. We'll be there until the end of May this coming year. So we're not going to be too far away from you this year. We must find a way to get together. I understand there are a few eateries in the vicinity of Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert range. There might be an eatery or two that we might be able to figure out a way to, have a snack. On the other hand, I might see you at the Costco in Rancho Mirage. You never know when that can happen. Hope things are going well. Thank you for being here. Hostergaard, something rather silly was going on at some point. The $10 call writing was $10.50 while the stock was at $20. I could technically buy and guarantee I never lost money no matter how far it falls. Sometimes silly things happen, but they're technical glitches and the bids they're not real or whatever. But again, you took the money off the table that was handed to you. Nice job. And of course, theoretically, you could buy 100 shares of Rocket Lab right now at 1807 or 200 or 500 or 1,000, whatever anyone wants. Anyone can buy Rocket Lab right now if you want to. And you can write a $20 call against your Rocket Lab for as far out as you want to go. I mean, any of you out there want to take a position on Rocket Lab and bring in some option premium, you can do the basic purchase of the stock and write calls. There's no problem there. If you're going to write January 2026 calls, the last I saw on my 10-minute delayed machine here, a 20 is $6.50 to $7, and the stock is down $2.30 from where our friend just bought this yesterday. So in theory, the stock is down $2.30. The option at $7 is down $1. So you can haul in maybe $7, $6.90 on a call option where you're buying the stock for $18. That's a nice return. Of course, there's something else you can do. You can look into this. I don't know if you can do it, but you can certainly look into this. You could go out and try to buy a $5 deep in the money call option that expires in January 2026. You could go and try to buy a $5 call option that has a book value of about $13. And if you can score it at under $14.50, you are buying it under the 90-10 rule. And then you can write options on the option. So you spend $14.50 to write an option instead of spending $18 to write an option. Now, if you can go out and buy a higher strike call on Rocket Lab under the 90-10 rule, you might be okay. Looking at a 7, they're worth $11 book. You can get those for under $12.25. That would be the way to go. A $10 Rocket Lab call is worth about not quite $8. You only want to pay about $9 or less for it. So right now those are too expensive. So the 5s or the 7s might be where you're going for January 26. If you want to go further out to a January 27 expiry contract, you could try to buy the $5 call, which is, again, worth just around $13. If you can get that for $14.50 or less, you win on that buy. You can then write all the way out to 27. You'll be writing a lot of contracts for a long time. The 7s are worth 11-ish. If you can get them at 12.25 or less, they're a little under the money. The 10s are worth about 8. You need to pay 9 or less. Right now, they're a little too expensive. So the fives might be where you go, and not buy the stock at 18, but pay about 14ish, 1450ish instead, and then write on the 1450 purchase. Totally your call if it works for you. Now you can write 1 or 2 month contracts against these deep in the money calls, and every month or two, write another batch, write another batch, write another batch, or just buy the stock. Just buy the stock, and that never expires, and write on it. Just write calls on it if you like. If you don't want to buy the stock, you don't want to be a shareholder of Rocket Lab, but you want to potentially gain from an up move on the shares, you could write cash secured puts on Rocket Lab, and you could go out to January 26, and you could look at writing $20 put contracts. You'll receive anywhere from 570 to 740. Last trade was 715. Maybe you can get your hands on 725 to offer to buy the stock at $20. That means you're willing to pay $12.75 for an $18 stock. If you write a $25 put contract, cash secured put, you need to put up $2,500, but you might get back almost $12 if someone takes you out at that level. That might be something. On the other hand, if you look at a $17 cash secured put, you put up $1,700, you could collect somewhere between $510 and $550 for a Jan 2026 expiry cash secured put. If you bring in $540 on a $1,700 position, you are willing to pay $11.60 for that stock, and that's not a bad buy. There you go. Couple of thoughts there for just January 26th. That's just Jan 26s. Okay. I don't know about January 25. So let's take a look at January 25 puts. Those expire in 2 months. The 17s, which are out of the money, you could get about 190 for those ballpark. So you'd be willing to buy the stock back for $15.10 between now and the third week of January if you were to put up $1,700 and collect $190 from it, which of course $190 on $1,700 is 11+% on your money for 2 months. So if you've got 17 grand, you can write 10 of these puts, bring in about $1,900 in theory, and they could expire worthless as long as the stock stays over $17. You keep all $1,900 on 17 grand, and then rewrite a new batch of puts if you want to do short-term put writing. I like the idea of going out to January 26 because for 17 you're going to get $530 or $540 per contract. Do 10 of those, put up 17 grand, write 10 of these, bring in $5,400 against your 17,000. I like that deal. I do like that. The 20s I like too. If you can get 725 on 20s, put up 20 grand and collect $7,200. I like 36% on my money. I do like that game, but the 17s look awfully good for puts. There you go. Just a few thoughts from this YouTuber out here in the boonies. Thank you all for joining me and being part of the familia. We're up 37 on the Dow. We're down 2.7 on S&P. We're down 31.32 on NASDAQ. Oil is up 61 cents, barely holding that. I think we're going lower. Thank you, everybody, for being with me. Let's see. Ostergaard, I can buy a $5 contract for $14.80 premium 2026 January. There you go. Yeah, that's, it's worth about $13. It's just a little over the 90-10 rule, but it's a 2026 expiry, and you can certainly bring in some premiums on that. But I wouldn't write January 26 calls against it. I would write shorter than that, but not too short, but bring in money. J-Boy, welcome to the addictive and profitable process of covered calls. Hostergaard, welcome to the party, pal, where we never leave. We never leave. We're always here. And we're making money. It doesn't matter who's in power, who's running what. It doesn't matter inflation, interest rates. It doesn't matter. We make money from gamblers, and we get a lot of it. Giddy up, everybody. Once you understand how this game works, you don't leave this game. There's no need to try anything else. This is where you could become extremely rich. They're just handing it to you. Giddy up. Okay, we're down 126 on Rocket Lab, 1757. So we're now down $5 from the high yesterday. Think about that. Did anyone write covered calls yesterday at the height? Wow, what a change. SoFi down 18 cents. GameStop up 44. Matterport down a penny. 23andMe down 4 cents. Spire up 132 to 1477. We've got Apple up 77 cents. Tesla's backing off 750. A little profit taking. About time. Microsoft is up 23 cents. Alphabet down 197. Amazon down 142. Nvidia down 28. Meta down 277. If any of you wrote credit spreads on call contracts, like I indicated you should be doing now, as of a week plus ago, I started mentioning this. You are already going, oh, I see what he's talking about. Yeah, geez, I'm writing credit spreads on calls. 10-15% ahead of the stock prices, and these stocks are starting to back off. All of these contracts are even more out of the money. And of course, we all know the reality of life, and that is stocks drop faster than they go up. So when a stock goes up for 4 days in a row and then it drops 1 or 2 days in a row, it can go down as much as it came up in half the time, in a quarter of the time. Stock drops are much more brutal than rises. So if you're a credit spread writer on call options and you're way up there, you might find today or tomorrow or whenever the time might come where you're buying back credit spreads for a lot less money. Thank you. And you're writing another batch of credit spreads a week further out at a lower strike price as you follow the market lower, looking for the shrinkage. Congratulations. Oops, my computer died, says Hostergaard. Hostergaard, thank you, J-Boy. Bobby, hopeful Rocket Lab settles back to the 13 range. I don't know about that, but put writing is always a good thing to do on Rocket Lab. Welcome, everybody. Nice to have you here. I like this game. Down 113 on Rocket Lab. Boy, there's all kinds of talk out there about super microcomputer. Boy, that is one I really hope you guys avoid it. Just avoid this thing. They've got all kinds of auditing problems, filing problems. They've got credibility problems with their finances. It's just a mess. Don't go near that thing. Just do not go near it. It is scary as giddy up. Everyone, thank you. And let's see here. Bobby, it's odd that cash secure puts on that I wrote on Rocket Lab never adjusted yesterday. Double D is like to see 13 Rocket Lab, but back calls and wait to write. Hostergaard, I got 10 puts, $15 strike. I wrote at 540 for SoFi. They're worth 413 now. I am mulling over taking a profit on some of them and going for Rocket Lab. Bobby stayed at 175 where I wrote around $12. No change at 22. Again, I can't answer to this. I don't know if your quotes are accurate. I don't know if they're infrequent trading contracts. I don't know. So this is where liquidity is the key here. Stephen Butler heading out for the day. I hope the market does well for all. Neat. Well done, Steve. Thank you for being here and following us and the thumbs ups and all your support. Thank you, everyone who's here and been here. We are now looking at, let's take a look at this poll question. We now have 229 votes on that. The thumbs up meter was at 165. We've got the thumbs up meter now showing 171. Thank you, everybody. We've got 230 votes now on our poll question, which is, I started writing stock options because of this channel in the year 2021, 22, 23, or 2024. And so far, for 2021, 35% of those 230 votes are saying Yep, about 80 of you. I started writing in 2021. 13% said I started in 2022. 16% last year. I started writing in 2023. And 37%, just eking out the first year's numbers, 37% of you are saying, I started writing options this year in 2024 because of this channel. Thank you all. Welcome to the group. Welcome to the Bagel Familia here, where we try to make money no matter what's going on. Giddy up, kids. I'm excited for you. You're going to, I think you're going to have a wonderful time. I think the next couple of years are going to be pretty good.
It's a wonderful life.
It's a wonderful life. Auntie Jen says, how you doing, Auntie Jen? Welcome.
You're sounding more and more plugged up.
I guess I am. I don't know. I don't know. Welcome all. A margin called. Yes, specific volume on a contract is important. Those of you who are trying to write put contracts, credit spreads, and you're into infrequently traded contracts, you know what? You're doing it wrong. You should be in very liquid contracts, very active option markets, tight spreads. If you see a spread of 50 cents, $1, don't even look at it. Forget about that. Forget about those contracts. There's no way in and no way out. You are trapped with an infrequent trader. You're going to get screwed. You're going to want to get out, move on to something else, and you can't. Don't do it. Richard, good morning. Auntie Jen, R4. Can you decipher the adjusted call options for AMC Gen 17? Looks like you get 11 shares instead of cash. That's not, I can't decipher. I don't follow AMC closely. I have no idea what's going on. Larry, good morning. Auntie Jen.
Good morning, Larry. I'm sure someone out there does, though, and might be able to help him.
Do a Google search. Do a Google something. I don't know. Splair, good morning, Auntie Jen. Hostergaard, I'm thinking maybe I'll buy back 5 of my SoFi puts and throw them at Rocket Lab and diversify my position here. Well, Rocket Lab backing off today might be a good move to make that thing happen.
What's it at?
Well, Rocket Lab hit 22 something yesterday. Yeah. It's now trading at 17.45.
There you go.
Down to $1.38 today. Yeah. It was 18.80 last night. And so writing cash secured puts on Rocket Lab right now for 20s, 17s, you couldn't ask for better timing. Jan 26, 17s or 20s right now on Rocket Lab. Not a bad idea.
Again, nothing goes straight up.
Now, again, having just said, watch the liquidity in the spreads. Keep a real good eye on the spreads on Rocket Lab, okay? More people are coming into the Rocket Lab options every day. And will, because of the volatility of the stock and the movement now and all the press. But you may have to be offering on a stink offer to get your best price. So be careful. And if you're buying back any puts that you've written and you're trying to score, be a stink buyer. Be on the cheap side on that bid-ask spread. Okay. Good morning, all, and welcome to the program. It's nice to see you all here this morning.
Welcome to a Thursday.
Thursday, babies. That's
Weather's
right.
Still nice here.
Yes, and we're going to be on the air together on Saturday at 2 Eastern. We're putting in an extra day of work just for you kids. Thank you for those of you overnight who let me know you're going to be in the class. You made donations last night after hours and fired off those PayPal donations. Right there's the PayPal account right down there. I got them. I see it. I'll be registering you in.
Make sure we have your email.
Yeah, send me a private email letting me know you sent $150 for Class 18, so I can register your email address because you have to get a link to join us on this private telecast Saturday at noon at 2 Eastern time, 9 in the morning, 11 in the morning California time, and 7 o'clock UK and 8 o'clock Europe. There you go in the evening.
That's right.
Yeah, are we familiar with time zone changes? Oh yeah. Well, anyway, there you have it. Thank you all for popping in here and joining us and making money.
I'm tired this morning.
Are you tired?
I am. I thought I had a really good sleep. I think I just wanted more.
Yeah.
I just wanted more. And it's overcast, so again, it's a dark morning.
Yeah, well, short days around here now.
It's gonna get worse before it
8
gets
something
better.
before it gets daylight. 5 something, it's nighttime.
We still have a month.
We don't have 12 hours of daylight anymore. We're down to 9, soon down to 8 something hours of daylight, 16 hours of darkness.
Oh, but those people up north of us, they're already.
Oh, yeah.
Starts in September.
Of course. Now we're heading south to Rancho Mirage. You'd think as far south as we're going, we get a lot more daylight.
No, we don't.
We get we get it in the morning. We get more daylight in the morning than in the evening.
Yeah.
The evening is just as kind of a short time frame, but in Palm Desert, sunrise, sunset. What does it say here? I'm not sure if I get. Sunrise 6:18. So that's an hour and a half earlier than here, but sunset 4:42. Similar to this.
It's funny.
But by the time we get there, Jan 1, we'll already be starting the longer days.
Yeah. The winter solstice will have happened.
Every day, more daylight, and we're on a golf course, so not so bad. We'll be okay.
Not so bad.
We'll make it.
We'll see if they're aiming for us.
Hopefully not. Doesn't look like we're in the line of fire where we're going to be staying.
So what's it going to be today?
What's it going to be? What's it going to do when it comes for you? Bad boy, bad. What's it going to... Well, I'm thinking a toasted bagel.
It's like a variety show, isn't it?
It's like a variety show.
You know what we're missing?
What?
Puppets.
Are we? Really?
Puppets.
We're missing puppets?
And for anybody who's going to be in the Calgary area in January, Ronnie Burkett is coming back with his puppet show. He has marionettes, really, more than puppets. I highly encourage you to go.
We'll be out of here.
It's puppets for grown-ups.
What can puppets do that? Never mind. I'm not going there.
What amazes me is how quickly you forget that Ronnie's on stage and you're just looking at the puppets. Yeah. It's quite fun.
If it amazes you, it amazes you.
So there's your variety show tip of the day. How about, do you want a little ham and cheese? Do you want an egg?
Well, I had eggs last night. But
we had breakfast for dinner.
Yeah, we did. We had our daughter over last night, and we made her breakfast for dinner. She loved it. It was fantastic.
Daddy makes crepes.
Papa makes crepes. What about toasted bagel with the cheese on there, sliced cheese. That sounds like a.
That's it. No ham.
No.
Okay.
No, just the
Just clean and dirty.
Super crispy bagel.
Super crispy.
With the cheese on there. Yummy.
See if I can burn my hand. Okay.
Don't hurt yourself. Please don't hurt yourself. Very good. Thank you, everybody. Hostergaard, maybe I should go back a little to what Bruce said earlier. I need to understand how buying calls while writing calls works to earn me money. I get covered calls on stocks, but using calls instead, deep in the money. Poor men covered call strategies. Bobby, I agree with Auntie Jen. There's a serious lack of Muppets on this show. Charlie, puppets are highly encouraged. Laughing out loud. Oh, no. No, creepy. In any event, welcome all to the party. And thank you for joining me this morning. The Dow, I think, is down 33 points. Nothing to worry about here. We're down 9.2 on S&P. NASDAQ down 45 points. And VIX is down 9 to 13.93. Very positive, actually. And then oil up 79 cents, not going anywhere. 69.22, and we're going to go lower on oil. Tesla down 707, Costco down $6, Coinbase down 116. SoFi is down 4 cents. Not bad today. It's doing very well. It's actually coming on right now. Rocket Lab down $1.25, 17.58. GameStop is up 41. Was higher. AI is down 83 cents. Nvidia up 166 at the moment. There you go. Any other significant moves? Google down 220, Apple down 4 cents. Microsoft down $1.04. Netflix up 8.50. That's turned around again. Meta down 3.40. Amazon down 1.50. Eli Lilly down 14.60. What else? Super Micro 18.54 down $1.80. Yuck. Uber up 33, turned around. Adobe down 690, Costco down 91, AMD up $1.56. All right, Unity down 12. What else is going on? Anything else happening here? IBM down 357 today. Interest rates have been rising short term, and that's affecting IBM perhaps. We'll see. HBQ up 11. Home Depot down $2. Vanik down 3, up 3. Pardon me. Vanik is up 3. Goldman up 4. Boeing up 49. Target up 15 cents. JP Morgan up $2. Walmart down 4 cents. Disney's up $8.90 to $111. I don't know how long it's going to last. There are other issues there. American Airlines up 47 cents to $14.48, getting kind of high for last little while. It's beats 11 something, I guess. DraftKings down 14 cents, and AMC is up 8.5 cents, and Royal Caribbean up 149, 235 a share on Royal Caribbean. Welcome all to the program. The Dow's only down 16 now. We're improving. Hector, Muppets unite. Dude, creepy puppets attacking Uncle Bruce tonight in his dreams. Thanks a lot, Auntie Jen. Hoster guys, so let's say I buy 2026 calls at a $10 strike for $10.40. And I write some at $20 strike at $5.40. I lose $5. Not sure how that's going to make me money. No. Hostergaard, you got to take my class on poor man cover call writing. I'm not going to teach you how to write poor man cover calls in 30 seconds around here. You got to watch the classes, man. You get over there. Stop fooling around. Well, I suppose it's cheaper than buying the stocks at 18 or so they are right now. Anyway, there you go. There are several lessons on poor man covered call writing. This is not so straightforward. You've got to get a handle on how this works in the big picture here. But I love the enthusiasm. But you've got to take the classes, man. Watch those classes. Become educated, as we like to say. Become educated in this field. And you will go, that's what that means. Oh, now I get it. That's why Zeta State has a new BMW. I get it. A poor man cover call writing can make you a lot of money. Okay. 1351 on your SoFi. We're up a penny this morning. SoFi has turned around from the low of the day to 1352. The low of the day was 1326. Nothing serious. We're at 1353 now, up 3 cents. The high of the day, 1363. We're only a dime away from the high of the day. Giddy up on SoFi. Okay, we'll take that and more, please. Thank you. Rocket Lab 1766. The low of the day, 1734. So those of you out there who want to write call options on Rocket Lab, writing 20s is not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. You can write 18s. But hey, if any of you are buying Rocket Lab today, I don't know if you want to, but if you did, you would write 18s and 20s right now. I would be encouraging that. I'd go to Jan 26 on some of these call options to take the premium off the table, but it's up to you. I think, though, Rocket Lab, the big opportunity on Rocket Lab with the stock down here is to write $17 cash secured puts for Jan 26. I think that's the move you make. $1,700 and bring in 500 something. I like this trade and more. Hostergaard, I got caught up watching and learning from Bruce. I burnt the pasta. C2, lesson number 11, Hostergaard. Poor man's covered calls. Watch class 11. There you go. There, folks will tell you. They've done it already. 2 years ago, they were watching these classes. We've had poor man covered call writers here since 2022. Covered call writers since 2021. Cash secured put writers 21-22. Welcome to the party. Credit spread writers 23, 24, and climbing. Oh yeah, we're having fun here. Oh my goodness, are we having fun? Making the money. Tesla down $11. Costco down 7. Coinbase up 165. Those of you who are doing credit spreads on Tesla, credit spreads on Costco, Coinbase, credit spreads on GameStop, call credit spreads on on any of the Magnificent Sevens. You're being rewarded on some of these today, and will be going forward. Congratulations, you credit spread creators. I love it. Thank you all. Let's see. Hector, GameStop started to trade at values exceeding C3 AI. This has not happened very often. Very interesting. A trucker, did you get my email for lesson 18? I did, and you're in, and it's all good. Charlie, the deep in the money call retains its value and will go up with the stock. Meanwhile, right out of the money covered calls to make weekly or monthly income. Giddy up. Hostergaard, yeah, I should do that. Maybe I should stick with a couple of covered calls on Rocket Lab until I do. Charlie, use Uncle Bruce's 90-10 rule for sure. You got to learn the 90-10 rule, Hostergaard. You've got work to do. But you know, the good news, you have the rest of your life to do this. You're going to do so well here. Oh, but you got to invest. Invest in yourself, get the knowledge, and multiply and flourish. This is going to be so good. I'm so excited for you guys. Man, can you guys make money? It's going to be great. 1352 on Sofi. It's not backing off. It's hanging on to this break even all of a sudden. Maybe we're going to go from here. How about a $2 pop from here to 1550? Wouldn't that be fun today? That'd be a lot of fun on Sofi. That'd shake things up, wouldn't it? Oh, I'd like that. We're volume on 10.4 million on Sofi in 44 minutes. That's pretty good volume. Rocket Lab 1766 now. The low on the stock 1734. So we're trying to eke a little recovery. GameStop 2704 right now. The low of the day 2672. We're still up 58 cents on 2.78 million. That's the story on GameStop. AI down 72 cents, 26.51. GameStop has passed AI. Look at that. Matterport 475 and Smart Rent 147. So there you go. We're down 53 on the Dow. We're down 11 on Tesla. Down 760 in Costco. Coinbase up $4. Go, baby, go. Make the dollaros, folks. Make it the dineros. S&P down 7. NASDAQ down 23, the Dow down 50, VIX up 3 cents, and oil 86 cents higher, 69.32 right now on oil. Okay. Giddy up, everybody. And there you have it. Welcome to the party, pal. Nice to have you here. Glad to see you joining us. And let's go. Hostergaard or cash secured put, I suppose. I'm pretty comfortable with those. Hostergaard 90-10 rule? What the hell is that? I know you don't know what that is. Watch the lessons. You got studying to do. It's all good. It'll make you a ton of money. You spend $150 to understand how poor mind covered calls work, and the first trade you make brings you $1,500, $2,000 in premiums, and you're going, well, that was worth $150, and I can rewatch the class as many times as I want for the rest of my life. Oh, okay. I get it now. Now you get it. Okay. Welcome, everybody, to the program. Giddy up, Charlie. 90% book value, 10% time value on deep in the money calls. Charlie, you try to help these guys out, but it's okay. You got to watch these classes to figure this stuff out. Nice job, everyone. Welcome to the party, pals. All right, there you go. Let's take one more look at where we're at right now. We are bringing in viewers here today. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. Thank you for becoming members of this channel. I cannot tell you enough how much we depend on you as members. Thank you for being members and becoming members, upgrading your membership to gold level. We have more perks coming for Gold Bagel members. Stand by for that. We are looking at the thumbs up meter, trying to get to 200 today. It's a grind, but we've got 179 right now, 21 away from 200. Thank you, everybody. The poll question now has 245 responders. 35% of you say I started writing stock options because of this channel in 2021. 35%. 13% say I started in 2022. 15% 2023. And this year, 2024, 38% of you guys have said I started writing options because of this channel this year in 2024. The number one group. And that is why it is so important for you folks that just joined me this year and started writing this year, it's so important for you to be educated on how this works. There are a ton of YouTubers out there who try to tell you how to write options, but they are so complicated and so unrealistic because they're just doing theory. You've got to understand how to write options in real life, and that's why you're here. Grab these classes and take the weekends and understand how this is done. Grab these classes, take them, and let's keep going. Anyway, there you are, Ostergaard. I think I'll be buying back the 10 SoFi cash secured puts I wrote. I can't do only 5 apparently. I don't understand what's going on here. I'm going to write 5 new SoFi puts and 5 puts or cover calls on Rocket Lab. Not surely sure what yet. Ostergaard, like I said, Ostergaard is a noob and doesn't quite know what to do yet. And I don't want to see mistakes being done.
Got some of the crunchy cheese on top.
Ooh, this is looking good here. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at this. Oh man, this is how you do it. Oh my goodness. Let's take that guy out of here. Look at the cheese. Oh, we've got the fried
cheese on top.
On top. That's from the frying pan. Oh yeah, I love that stuff. That's like, these are like little cheese chips. Cheddar cheese chips. Richard Carlin, bagel, baby. Oh yeah, we're loving this. Folks, I'm going to call it a day and say thank you for joining me today. I don't want to bore you with the same message all the time. Thank you. Larry Titus, thank you, my friend. Jen says thank you. And we'll catch up with you all. Have a wonderful rest of your day out there. Make a ton of money. We'll be watching from the sidelines here for you. Richard Carlin, neat. Ostergaard, thank you. Yeah, I'll take the classes, though I might wait for Christmas. Very busy at university with some code assignment. Hey, I get it, man. You have the rest of your life to figure this out. I want you to make nothing but money. Giddy up, everybody. Thank you all. Have a wonderful Thursday. We'll definitely see you first thing tomorrow morning. Have a great day, Splair. From Splair, Larry. Take it easy. Have a good day, everybody. Neat. There they go. Thank you, guys. We'll catch you tomorrow morning. Unless something crazy happens today, I'll see you a little later. Goodbye from Calgary. We'll see you. Bye for now.